How's it going, mates? Andrew B here, and in today's video I'm going to be discussing the future of Call of Duty. Now, as we all know, Black Ops 4 has been out for approximately 10 months now, so obviously it's nearing the end of its life cycle, but I've got some complaints about Black Ops 3 that I'm going to bring up in another video, so keep an eye out for that. But in this one I just want to talk about Call of Duty 2019 and beyond that. Now, as we all know, Call of Duty 2019 is going to be Modern Warfare. Now, I'm hoping it's an entirely new story with different characters. As we all know, Captain Price is coming back, but I'm just hoping they don't rehash stuff from the old Modern Warfare games because they were already good enough. You know, we got Modern Warfare Remastered, and I hear that hopefully they make a Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. Now, another thing that I want Activision, Infinity Ward, Treyarch and Sledgehammer to do, I know this is going to be controversial, but I want them to at least get rid of the Call of Duty point system, the COD point system, and just make it so you earn supply drops from playing the game. Like how in World War II we had challenges we can do where we can earn supply drops, rare supply drops and all that stuff. Because I know people who've bought the game for $100 Australian, which is where I'm from, and they've spent about $1,500 to $2,000 on supply drops just hoping to get like the PPSH in Black Ops 3. And it was just a bit ridiculous at that stage because, you know, I think we should all take example from the countries that have banned Call of Duty points and supply drops, because there are stories out there where kids have gotten hold of their parents' credit cards and put like $2,000 on COD points just so they can open supply drops. And you know, I just think that it's not a good system. I think if you want to add stuff to the game, that's fine. Like if you buy the season pass for the game, you should get all the guns for free. But when you just stick them in supply drops, it's just, you know, it's just telling me that the developers and Activision have no hope for their game, and they're just shoving in all this stuff in paid content, which is a bit sad if you ask me, because Modern Warfare, Call of Duty 4, was like the staple of COD games. It was good, it was an excellent campaign, the multiplayer was friggin' amazing, and then after that, you know, every Call of Duty up until Advanced Warfare, when Advanced Warfare introduced the supply drop system, everyone before that was awesome. You know, they only had Black Ops 2 was the first one to have DLC guns, and if you had the season pass, I think you got them for free. Now, I'm also kind of hoping that they bring back the single player campaign. As we know, campaigns in Call of Duty haven't always been the best, aka Black Ops 3. What was all that about? But, you know, Black Ops 4 just decided to ditch the campaign altogether and just put in a Battle Royale mode, which I'm kind of hoping, this is my personal preference, I'm kind of hoping it doesn't come back, because I feel Treyarch spent more time and attention on the Blackout mode, instead of actually the multiplayer mode, and it just made, for me, the multiplayer just crap. I mean, I tried playing Blackout, but I'm not a fan of Battle Royale modes. I mean, if I wanted to play Battle Royale, I'd play Fortnite, and I just can't stand it, so. But I know people who've invested all their time when they play Black Ops 4 in the Blackout mode, so everyone has a preference. Now, I'm also kind of hoping that, I know we all know, I think Call of Duty 2019 or Modern Warfare isn't going to have a zombies mode. I think that's kind of been a staple since Black Ops, I think it's about Advanced Warfare. There's been a zombies mode in every Call of Duty since then, and I kind of hope they don't bring it back, if that makes sense, because up the zombies mode, Treyarch first bring it out to us with World at War, but then they just got to the point where it just became a whole spider web of interlocking stories, and it just became really complicated to understand, and it wasn't enjoyable. Like back in the World at War days, you just had 4 maps: Nocta and Toten, Shino Numa, Der Riese, and there was another one, but I can't remember what it was called. And just back then, there wasn't any convoluted Easter eggs to do. There wasn't a million steps to complete the map. It's just grab a gun and just survive, which I like. I think they should bring that zombies mode back, not the one we got in like Black Ops. Well, Black Ops didn't have as many Easter eggs, but you know, Black Ops 2 and onwards, there was just a whole mess of convoluted steps, and it wasn't really enjoyable. I think we should just, if we want to bring zombies back, we should just go back to the classic, just grab a gun, pack a punch it, and just survive, which is, you know, which I find more fun than having to do 15 steps for an Easter egg, which you don't really get much anyway. So I'm kind of hoping that Call of Duty is going to, I hope they go back to their roots, if that makes sense, So it's not just all about supply drops. It's just pretty much, for me, it's just picking up the game, joining an online match and having a bit of fun. But it's just, at the moment, it's just pushing more to competitive play, and I don't particularly like that because I'm a casual Call of Duty player. I love the series, don't get me wrong, but I'm not one of those to spend like 12 to 13 hours a day on it like people I know. And I don't particularly I don't give a crap about my KD, my win-loss ratio, or days played. I just pick up the game to have fun. That's all about for me. That's what gaming is, it's to have fun. And I'm kind of hoping that they do that like they did with Call of Duty 4, There was no push to play competitively. It was just, you pick up, you join your mates in a lobby, and you have a bit of fun online. And, that's what I hope Call of Duty goes back to, instead of this whole convoluted foot battle royale competitive mode and zombies. So I'm also I'm also kind of hoping that Activision, Treyarch, Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer, I'm hoping they listen to the community more. Like, the community has been telling them to get rid of supply drops and all this and changing up everything for a while, but they just haven't. And I feel like at this stage it's because of Activision, because pretty much Activision controls Call of Duty, which is a shame. And I get the feeling if they keep going the way they are, it's going to turn into a whole EA situation, where, if you remember, back a few years ago with Star Wars Battlefront, if you wanted pretty much anything in the game, you have to spend money to get it, which it's not a good thing, in my opinion. But don't forget, this is just my opinion. You may differ from mine. So this is just to wrap the video up, because it's been dragging on for a long time now. I just hope that all the Call of Duty developers go back to their first games, take inspiration from that, not copy it directly, and just go back to its roots. Like, I hope Infinity Ward goes back with Modern Warfare and just, not copy aspects, but get aspects inspired from that and bring it back into the PS4 era with better graphics and all that. And I hope Infinity Ward, I've already said Infinity Ward, and Treyarch and Sledgehammer, because I think Sledgehammer did a great job with World War II, and I think they should continue doing that. Advanced Warfare was but I think Infinity and Sledgehammer nailed it with World War II. I liked World War II. So, yeah, just to wrap it up, that's what I hope the future of Call of Duty is going to be. It's just going to go back to its roots and get rid of the supply drop system, the COD point system, just go back to good single player campaigns, good multiplayer, and it's just a game you can pick up after work or on the weekend, join a lobby with your mates and have some fun for a couple of hours, and not just, it's getting to the point where, it's just about your KD and win-loss and all that. And I just hope it goes back to a stage where that's not the case anymore. But, that's just my opinion. If you disagree with me, that's fine. If you liked the video, drop a like down. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. It doesn't cost you nothing and it helps me out a lot. And I'll catch you in the next one, guys. Cheers. See ya.